You're ready, Dave.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I'm coming from you live from Papua New Guinea in the capital city of PNG, Port Moresby. My name is David Bakau. I'm one of the Leadership Council members with OnPassive. This is a guest webinar we are hosting for OnPassive. This is to share the business of OnPassive to anyone who has an interest in looking for a income generating opportunity and looking at changing your life. So we are here in Papua New Guinea. We have about 22 provinces here all around. We have some people listening in from our Highlands region. We have 4 regions mainly: Highlands region, the Southern region, where I am currently situated, and we have the New Guinea Islands region, and we have the Northern region. So we have listeners, founders, guests tuning in from all around Papua New Guinea, and even our family members all around the globe who are here with us on screen. If you can see them, we welcome all of you. This is a guest webinar for people who want to look for a income generating opportunity. We have a guest presenter here with us. He's is very well qualified in the area of IT. He's going to share to us about the business on data centers. So you'll be able to listen. He'll explain what it is to us and what this company on passive is going to bring to us, to the world. Our guest presenter, Mr. Engineer Mike Ojong Tambia. Thank you, all the way from Calgary in Canada. Thank you, Engineer Mike.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mr. David Bakau, for introducing me. And I want to thank all my big brothers in the Leadership Council for giving me this opportunity to bring down to us in the level that all of us will understand, to founders, and also for prospects, and also for our guests, so that we can understand what the data center is and also what the data center means to us. I'm Michael Ojong-Tambia, like Mr. David Bakau introduced me. I'm a civil engineer. I'm a petroleum engineer. I'm a Red Hat certified Linux system administrator. So in the IT world, I'm working now. So like he said, I have the opportunity to bring this knowledge to all of us so that we can share and we can also debate on some points. You ask your questions and we'll answer them, but you will see how it is beneficial for all of us, what OnPassive is bringing into the world. So I will start by sharing my screen. I have some presentations that I will do. Then we will see how it goes. Okay. So what data center or what OnPassive is bringing to the world? That's what we want to see. What OnPassive is bringing to the world. We'll be talking about it and we'll be going bit by bit. Now, we want to talk about a definition about a data center. What is even a data center? It is a simple way to access servers, storage, databases, and application services over the internet. Another definition holds that it is a space dedicated to holding data, servers to store and process data. My population of PNG, let me bring this down to you. What is even data? Let's say you live in Port Moresby. You want to travel to Singapore, which is your neighbor. You will need a passport. You don't just have to take your ID card and travel to overseas. No. So you go to the immigration office in Port Moresby and you apply for a passport. Now, what will happen is you will present your birth certificate to the immigration office. They will need some information to complete your application. And what would that be? They will need your first name, your last name, your middle name, and the date of birth, where you're living, okay, where you were born, and your current address. All those information is what is called data. Now, imagine that all this information, every person in Papua New Guinea or everybody who is in PNG, Papua New Guinea, wants to get a passport. They need all of this information from everybody. So imagine that you go and they will be writing it, scribbling it on a piece of paper and keep it and keep it and keep it. But now we don't do things in the olden days. We are now in the 21st century. Most of the things are being stored electronically. So all this information is stored electronically. To protect this information, which is your data that you go and give to the police and or the immigration office, they write it down or they can store it in their servers there. So we can take this information and we go and store it in a data center, a server in a data center. That is it. That's the take home of what a data center is, to keep data. Okay. Now, we have 4 types of data center that we're going to talk about them now. So the first one is the enterprise data center. These ones are they are typically constructed and used by a single organization for their own internal purposes. Okay. These are common among tech giants. So most of these big technological companies, you know them, Microsoft, you know them, IBM, Amazon, and all of that. Most of them have a private cloud or a private data center. So this data center is where they keep a lot of data. So in the IT industry, 99% of the success of an IT company depends on data and how you keep the data, okay? How you process the data. Is that something big that we have to think about? Yes, that is something we have to think about because OnPassive is coming to the world with a first class 21st century cutting edge technology data center, which will be AI driven. This is the one that has not been seen yet in the world. OnPassive is bringing artificial intelligence into the data center. So we want our own data center that we are looking forward to will be AI driven. Is that something we should care about? Yes. Why should we care about? Because this data center would be another stream of income to us, the founders, and to us, the founders, and to the world. So people in the world will be using it. Now, we have the second kind of data center, which is called the collocation data center. It functions as a kind of rental property where the space and resources of the data center are made available to people willing to rent it. Okay, in this one, it is being rented out. So let's say, let me put it this way. You are in Port Moresby again, okay? You have that, let's take that same example of the immigration of Port Moresby. So the immigration of Port Moresby, they want to take care of those data, the data that they collected from everybody that is making a passport. So what would they do with this data? They would decide to take this data, rent a server in a property, which would be a data center to store this information. Remember, information or IT companies depend mostly on this data. They make a lot of money out of storing and preserving and also transferring data. So they make a lot of money, IT companies. Okay, now we have the next one, which is the managed service data center. It offers aspects such as data storage, computing, and other services that are like kind of associated to these. Now, what does this mean? It also means that in every of these data centers that we have, if you hear me, I'm talking mostly about data, data, data. Data is what is in the market. Data is what gives a company a lot of money. When you process your data very well, you don't lose them, and you can come back to those data in the future and you get them. Okay. Now, the fourth data center I want to talk about is the cloud data center. They are distributed and sometimes um, offered to customers with the help of a third party service provider. So in the world today, if all of us we watch TV, we read news, we will find out that we have one of the biggest, the giants in their tech industry that have one of the biggest data centers. They call them Amazon Web Services or AWS. Okay, Amazon Web Services. They offer the biggest um, cloud services to customers. So many customers come to them to store their data. That is where they make most of their money. Okay, let's go. Now we have four kinds of data centers. We will call them Type 1, Type 2, Type 3, and Type 4. So the type 1 data center, it has just basic site infrastructure. So when we talk about the basic site infrastructure, what do we mean? We mean that it has servers, okay? It has some computers in there because they use them to monitor the system and things like that. Then also, it also have like fans. We have fans. It is a very hot environment because most of these components, they use them, they call the rendering blades. For instance, companies that make movies, they have so many rendering blades, they are so noisy, and they take a lot of time. So some of you, if you have already started working on this Zoom and something, if you remember or if you notice, when you finish a Zoom session, if you were recording it, it takes some time it will tell you that it is trying to convert the video. So that conversion is what is called rendering. They call it rendering in the IT world. So it takes a lot of, so there are so many of these rendering blades in that data center that harbors a lot of, so it produces a lot of noise and heat in the data center. So we have the Type 2 data center, which is the redundant site infrastructure capacity component. So what does that mean? It means that this data center, it has some capabilities that it can help you when if for instance, you have a broken component in your server, okay? This has another layer of the environment that can go smoothly without you even realizing. So it will be seamless. So it has that infrastructure to help you in that way. Now we have the concurrent. The Type 3 is a concurrent. Go, Mr. Bakau. You want to talk to me?
Engineering, Mike, I think he just got booted out and then he just came back. We're bringing him back in the panel, but please go forward.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Julie. So we have the Type 3 data center, which is the concurrent maintainable site infrastructure. So in this particular Type 3 one, we have that same kind of infrastructure, but it has another kind of capabilities that we have a system that you can undo or you can undergo maintenance of your services. Okay, if they are bad, For instance, your servers are bad. It has that capability in this type 3 that you can maintain your data or maintain your servers. Now we have the fourth one, which is the fault tolerant site infrastructure. So what we're talking about is fault tolerant site infrastructure. It just means that at this level of type 4, we have something that happens, like, for instance, if it's a minimum, it has the highest grade of all the various tiers. Okay, type 1, type 2, type 3. Type 4 is the one that has the highest grade. So what happens here is that there is a lot of the services or the infrastructure that we have here is much more efficient than all the other 3 that we've seen before. So type 4 has much more efficient infrastructure. Okay. Now let's go. Okay. Here, if you look at this, is this a picture of a data center? Okay. This data center, thanks to Ms. Lynn Nakamoto, who provide us with the pictures. So if you look at this picture, you will see there is a technician. He is in the data center. And when you look at it, you will see that he is working on a computer. Okay. Now, on the computer, you will see that those computers are connected. So I just wanted to let you people know something. As that guy who is standing there, he is called a system administrator. So what does he do? We'll see that in a little bit. He does, I have an acronym for it to summarize all what system administrators do as a job. So they do, the T stands for troubleshooting. Troubleshooting. I'll talk about it a little bit. Oops, troubleshooting. Then the H stands for hardening. Hardening. And the U stands for user management. User management. N stands for monitoring. P stands for patching. Patching, TC. And the I stands for installation. Configuration. And decommissioning of servers. So let's break this a little bit down so that you people can understand more and we'll be on the same page with each other. So this is what I call it, is STOMPY. It's an acronym that I use to summarize all what these Linux system administrators or system administrators do at their job, as you see him, what he's doing right now. So they will try to troubleshoot. How do they troubleshoot? Now, if you look at, you will see that sometimes the servers will not be connected to each other. So they will need to ping them. There's a command called the ping command to see if that server is up and running. So that's troubleshooting. Another one, a user will call you, or Miss Lynn will call me, for instance, if she's working in my company. Hey, Mike, I cannot log in into my system. You will need to find out what is wrong that she cannot log in into their system. So that is all called troubleshooting. Now, we have system hardening in the environment. We do that in 2 fronts, okay? The first front is that our you see all of these things that he's using there are the hardwares. If you see the cable, the computer and all that, the desktop he's using, all of those are hardwares, okay? You need to make sure that they are out of the line of fire. When we say out of line of fire, It means that they are not somewhere that somebody can easily strip on them or can easily disconnect them. Okay. Now, the next one, we have to harden our softwares as well. How do you harden your software? You start by giving you start by logging it from the grub level. You will give a password to your grub level. Then also you give special permissions to files and directories. Not everybody will just go and start working in your environment. Okay. Then we'll also do user management. They do a lot of user management. For instance, I employ say Marty Digamo today in my company, okay, which let's call it a Cisco software or whatever. That's a company. Now, say Marty Digamo, when I employ him, I had to add him into their system for him to work as a system administrator. So I will do user management. I will add his credentials and create a folder for him for all his own things that he will be doing in their system. Now, we also do monitoring. We can monitor the systems for system resources, for system usage, for disk spaces to see what is really happening in the system. Now, we also do patching. We patch the environment so that this environment should be free from vulnerability, so that the man in the middle cannot attack it, so that every time we will always get new patches in our environment. Then we also install, configure, and decommission servers. That is what all of these people are doing as you see them right now. That is what they are doing. I hope we're getting it straight, everybody. We're in a little school. Let's just go one bit at a time. Now, if you look at it, this is the behind part of the data center. If you see, the servers are arranged into racks. If you remember, there was a time in the late 80s and early 90s that we used to have, so you buy a musical set, you will have some decks that will be arranged in a rack for you. I mean, this one will be, you connect some of the speakers to the various parts, so for you to have music in your house. This is the same thing. They are arranged in the racks from the top to the bottom. And when you see those small black cables, they have black cables, blue cables, and red cables that we use to do the connection in the data center. That is how clean that data center is supposed to be. Okay. Now, if you see the behind part of the data center, if you look again, you will see another technician. If you look at where he is, here is a desktop. Then if you see, he is trying to do some connections. So might be some of the servers have lost their connections. So he is monitoring. This is what we call monitoring. So he is monitoring the system to see that if he can establish connection back with the servers and his computer, his desktop that he is working on. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Where are we? There. So we want to see now some the largest data centers in the world in the year 2022. We have China Telecom, we have China Mobile, we have the Citadel Campus, we have Range International Information Group, we have the Switch Supernat, we have DuPont Fabros Technology, we have CWL1, and we have Utah Data Center. These are the largest data centers that we can find around. Now, let's go. Countries which have the most data centers. So the first one is the United States. It has 2,653. The next one is the United Kingdom that has 451, sorry. Then we have Germany with 442. The fourth place is Canada with 279. Fifth is Netherlands with 274. Then we have Australia with 274. Woohoo, Nirel. You have so many in your country as well, right? Then we have France with 248. And lastly, we have Japan with 199 data centers. Is this something that we should be excited about? Yes, we should be excited about, because if OnPassive has its own data center, is that not good news for us founders? It is good news. Is it not good news for the world? It is good news, because we are not just coming with a data center. We are bringing a data center that is structured with artificial intelligence, which is not seen right now at the market. We don't have it in the IT market right now. So OnPassive is bringing something that is not in the market. Will people rush to our services? Yes, because our services are the 21st century cutting edge technology used, and they are built from scratch. Artificial intelligence in everything. And also we have what is called API, okay? Application programming interfaces, that our services or all our products can talk to each other. Can you beat that? Not at all. Will that be a good thing for us in the market? Yes, it will be. So these are some of the advantages of having a data center. The first one is affordable rates for customers. What does that mean? Remember, the data center is like, is sprouting. It's like a big market right now. That is where most of the tech giants like Amazon, like we say, they make most of their money. So most of the other data center companies or service providers for data centers, they have to cut down their prices because the competition is too much. So, but is that something that we always like? Yes, because in OnPassive, our CEO has a heart for humanity. So definitely our rates will be different from other companies. And that is thanks to us, because we will have more customers. And that will be good news for us, the founders, and the world at large, because for us founders, our CEO will always share his profit with us. That's another stream of income. We're not even thinking of it until when he's voiced it out to us. I think it's last 2 weeks, Monday, and all of us were so excited till now. That is awesome. Now, another one is the robust software and hardware. So in a data center, because it is very huge and big, and it can get a lot of information. So you can store this information in those big, huge racks of servers without any problem. And it has great system performance. You know why? Because most of the technology that they use in the data centers now are fiber optics, and also they have a great performance because the connectivity there is very fast. They use fiber optics, okay, which is the 21st century cutting edge technology as well. Now, customers do not need to hire people to maintain and manage a data center. Why? Because the company, which is a service provider, has its own personnel taking care of the stuff for you. Now, instant scalability based on customers' needs. This scalability, what does that mean? So you can do scalability because, for instance, let's say during the day, okay, during the day from morning till about noon, okay, there are more people that go to the internet during the morning till noon. Then they break from the noon right towards 6 o'clock. Then from about 7 o'clock till about 10 o'clock, you will see have more people. So during that peak period, you can reduce the number of servers that are online. So then when the people come back, more of them come back online, you can also, let's say for instance, the peak period, you have 50 servers, okay? Then off peak period, that people are reduced, they don't go more to the internet that much, you can reduce it to 10 servers. So that 10 servers will be able to, that's scalability. You scale it down and you scale it up. So when the people come back again more, you scale it back to 50. Then if reduce again. Oh, you go back to 10. That's scalability, everybody. So services are always available. No failure due to backup of system. So in the data center, we have a lot of backups. So you will hardly witness any power failure because, again, they have some kind of environments that they have created, which is mini production environment. They call it either the pre-production environment or the disaster recovery environment. So that disaster recovery environment or pre-production environment, it has the same infrastructure as the production environment. When we say production environment, what does that mean? It means live. Like OnPassive now, we are live. All of us are testing. All of us, the founders, we are testing the products called beta testing. So is that something that is good? Yes, it's good because when they create this a mini or pre-production environment or disaster recovery environment, when there is power failure, it will be seamless. You don't even understand because the next environment will just take over. Okay, so that is how we are talking. What we want to encourage everybody, like my PNG family, want to encourage you today, so that everybody, let's get into the train. It's almost going. Let's come and join this movement so that we can bring every other person to the train so that we can be talking this OnPassive talk. OnPassive is a movement. OnPassive is the beacon of hope for humanity. Our CEO, Mr. Aj Mufara, with his good heart, has brought us this. Ms. Lynn, I'll give it over to you to help me bring up the figures. I don't really like figures. You can help me with that. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, thank you so much. You can stop screen sharing. All right, thank you so much for a very concise and simple explanation of data centers. Appreciate that. I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to continue, but in a non-technical vein, as Mike Ojantambia already covered the technical aspects of what a data center is. So I'm going to be talking more about the numbers, market share, etc. So here you see the top 3 cloud service providers in the first quarter of 2021 are, for one, Amazon Web Services, which is called AWS. It had 32% of the cloud market share. Prominent customers of AWS include the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, Coca-Cola, and Netflix. Second, we have Microsoft Azure, which has 19% of the cloud market share. An interesting fact is that 95% of the Fortune 500 companies use Microsoft Azure. And third is Google Cloud Platform, GCP, which has 7% of the market share. Notable customers include the United Parcel Service, UPS, Toyota, Target, and Twitter. And the total cloud spend in the first quarter of 2021 was $41.8 billion US dollars. That's a tremendous amount of cloud spend. And you can see that the top 3 cloud service providers accounted for 58% of the total cloud spend in the first quarter of 2021. Let's look at this graph here. This graph shows you that Amazon's earnings, it shows Amazon's earnings in millions from 2014 to 2020. And you can see that yellow or goldenrod line, it's a jagged line, and that shows Amazon's operating income, excluding AWS. So you can see that the earnings were very unstable. Now, look at the blue bars. You're going to see that it's steadily growing because that shows the income that Amazon had, including AWS. So this just illustrates how huge a factor the AWS revenue is in Amazon's bottom line. Let's look at the global demand for data centers. In January 2021, there were 8,000 data centers globally. Isn't that just incredible? And data generation and use has risen, which has led to a greater demand for data centers. Let's look at the cloud computing market size globally. In 2021, it was 445.3 billion US dollars. That's a lot already, 445 billion. The projection for 2026 is 947.3 billion US dollars. It's just incredible, mind-blowing. You may or may not know that we're going to have our own data center, and that it was supposed to be completed in a matter of months, but recently our CEO has announced that it will be completed much sooner than that, probably in a matter of weeks. And in fact, OnPassive is now migrating its data to the data center. What are the advantages of OnPassive having its own data center? Two primary things. First is autonomy. OnPassive will have full control over its services. There will be absolutely no dependence on a third-party service provider. And secondly is security. OnPassive will be able to protect its precious intellectual property and sensitive business data. So how will OnPassive's data center impact founders of this company, the founding members? How will it affect us? Profit sharing. OnPassive will be doing a monthly distribution of some of its net profits, and this distribution will go to founders and founders only. And as OnPassive revenue increases, founders are going to directly benefit. So this is pretty exciting. So we say that the future is very bright for OnPassive and for anyone who sees what OnPassive is going to be doing for this world. So we urge you to become part of this great company. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're quite welcome.
Thank you very much, Lynn Nakamoto, and thank you, Engineer Mike. Thank you for a wonderful presentation. You know, this is new stuff. This is new stuff coming on to us, especially here in Papua New Guinea. Most of us here would not really understand what it is, but for you bringing that on, it gives us the knowledge of what it is like being in a information technology company, what services are being provided and what is actually being done. And I just want to encourage our people here in Papua New Guinea, those guests who are joining with our various funders around the country. This is a business opportunity. And if you have been introduced to OnPassive and you have a mindset that this company is a multi-level marketing company, MLM, or a networking company, I'm telling you, you can just take that mindset out, remove it, because we are not an MLM company. We are not a network company. We are not a pyramid scheme. We are a real information technology company with real products, real staff, real people working. We have our head office in Orlando, Florida, USA, and we have our tech office in Hyderabad city in India. We have more than close to 700-800 people working, our technical people working there, building this company, building the products, creating new products, and what is being shared here, data center, is like we are going to own the internet. You know, from the information that Lynn has provided as some statistics, it is huge. I'll just translate into Pidgin for our people. Papua New Guinea, me like encourage you. You look him this la business me pla long share him one time you. This pla one pla MLM company or one pla network company. This la big pla company. One pla information technology company. Me pla come inside lo market yet. Me pla no launch yet. That's all. Suppose you stop now, now you look him all kind company or some Facebook. You look him kind company or some Google. You look him kind company or some Amazon, one plan, me plus sharing information belong and here. You look him kind company or some Apple, also selling all iPhones, all big technology company. This is all company only launched, but Mipla OnPassive and Mipla building company and taking 3 years now, close to 3.5 years now, since July 2018 he come now. So some problem Mipla joined in 2019, me join him this company. Now time me join him, been got this kind or something is stop. So now all engineers only work. One time CEO blow me and moklong, recruit him all top all technicians. Now all come inside, all engineers all come inside. Now all building this company. Now this company me grow. First time got office, but now me got office. Now me got all products. And all products sample by Leonardo presentation by me can present him. But now me talk long. This la data center or place belong put him information or someone house and by storehouse belong you put him information. So one him something you like working on top long online or internet internet rely on information tassel. So this la one pla big plus something where me kisim come. Now online where me join or some founders finish and one privileged position. Now you suppose you come inside or you only ask him you now only share him business. One time you na you long thinking it, na you sit down, na you thinking it. Me like encouraging me like just talking you awesome. No can thinking plenty. Come join him tassel. Because this la business time launch you look him road blow making money, company by making money na and by paying you me. You mean not making one pla work. Me to pla by paying registration fee tassel close to some 400 kina or $97 plus behind by me activate him account limit or $1,300 close to some 1,200 or 1,300 kina and this la money so by mitla bam. After that can lo this la company by making work long this law providing more service. Now you know me to pla by kisim pay taso. Me pla by make no making one pla work. So me like encouraging you. You look him online all stuff lo here. And online only come me only founders, only stuff right around long world, all stuff. Now only come inside long here, long helping you na me lo look sa lo one him company me pla lo join. Only stuff one time me pla lo sharing la information. So brother blow me engineer Mike man we got school long this la information technology. Na sawe lo one him something moklo talk. Na share him la information one pla information so you don't know kiss him nothing. All man school na kisim this la big plus sawe. Na kisim this la sawe na kam putim lo here na share one tem yumi. All man say pay big la money lo kisim this la kan sawe. Tas all trango like share him this la information one tem yumi na you na me by mit plus sawe long. One kind business, one kind company mit block lo join him inside lo here on passive and one him something through. So thank you very much Mike, engineer Mike, and thank you Lynn for providing this very vital information. A lot of us, I've just said in Pidgin that there is no such information that can be shared freely like this. You know, people go to school and they pay big money to get information like this. So in a meeting, when we're running meetings, they pay big monies to attend conferences to get this kind of information. These are privileged information. And thank you for sharing with us here. Thank you for sharing that information to us. And it is mind-boggling. It is going to take a while to settle in for a lot of us, but I just want to tell all of us that, you know, what can we do? Everything is being done for us. It's a complete business solution for us. OnPassive is a complete business solution. And if you are looking for a opportunity, this is too good to be missed. You can't miss it. In my lifetime, you know, it may never come again. And this is the only business that you will ever come across. And it's been handed to us on a golden plate, freely given to us for a mere 97 or 400 kina. I tell you, no one can offer that kind of business to us. So I am privileged as a founder, and I want to encourage all of us who are sitting here, those who are guests. I want to encourage you, don't sit down, don't think anymore. This is too big to miss. So thank you, Mike. Thank you for that. And I'd like to acknowledge our Leadership Council members here. Mati Digamo, my brother, he has introduced this business to me in 2019, and he's here. Thank you, Mati, and thank you, Mike Ellis, for showing up. Mike is also Mati's partner, and we are a family now. And Julie Nguyen, thank you, Julie, for always being with us. And our family here, we see Tony Monk, William Delhomme, Bruce, David Switzer, Lynn Nakamoto. Yes, I acknowledge Lynn also. She's a LC member. Thank you, Lynn, for assisting us all the time. Thank you, Christina Dodds, Rupa Paul from India. Thank you for joining us here. And please, Papua New Guinea, and I believe there are some of our people who have some IT background. Come on and speak. Come on and speak and give us your perspective so our people can be able to understand what it is we are getting into. You know, this is so big. You know, when it settles in, you can't sleep. You can't sleep. So thank you. Thank you so much. Mati, please, can you open up? If you can say something. Marty is not there. Why don't I invite Mike Ellis? Is Mike Ellis there? Mike, if you can come on and give your perspective. I also would like to acknowledge Chris Johnson here. My brother Chris is a Leadership Council member. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah. Hi, David. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Mike and Lynn, really a terrific presentation on the database center that OnPassive will be having. I can tell you, you've got every head spinning, even the new people and the people that are here, because it's very, very complex. And obviously, Mike, you understand the technology and the language of a high-tech company. And Lynn, you did a great job on the numbers. When you think about a market that will be close to $1 trillion by 2026, what it does is it gives you an idea of what OnPassive is going to be doing, how much volume is going to be coming into OnPassive. And here's what's really, really important to understand, especially for the new people. I know the founders already know this. David said that Ash Mufareh has a heart to serve, and he does. And when he developed OnPassive, the one thing he wanted to do for the individuals participating with OnPassive was share the wealth. And when you think about one product, and remember, there are 50 products of OnPassive. This is just one product of OnPassive, which will be almost $1 trillion industry by 2026. And Ash Mufareh sharing the majority of the profit with those individuals, that's you and I, participating with OnPassive. it really gives you a way forward to actually see you taking care of those financial needs that we all have. And we all have different figures in our head, whether we want to make 500 a month, 1,000 a month, 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month. And believe it or not, it goes up from there. OnPassive gives us all the ability, once the income starts coming in, it becomes a residual income because the products of OnPassive is superior, lower price point. As people come in, they will never leave. And because of that, it gives you the
Michael, you muted yourself, Mike Ellis.
I didn't, but that's okay. I unmuted. Maybe I'm speaking too long. But as you come in and look at what OnPassive is doing, you're going to find a way forward to take care of that bottom line, whatever your number is. And with OnPassive, for the people that are participating, those founding members, and David talked about the $97 position, founder position, you can come in, lock yourself in the company, lock yourself in the pay structure. And as you learn more about OnPassive, you're going to understand that, yeah, you're in the right place to not only build an income, but build a residual income and build wealth online. Now, I don't know what David said to the new people that are here as he talked to them in Pingid. But a couple of things I would say, always when you're thinking about OnPassive, guys, this is 100% automated. David might have said that already. It's 100% automated. OnPassive is going to use their IT tools, their artificial intelligence to automate your business, make it 100% automated. And that's where the customers will come from. OnPassive is managing all of this stuff. And as customers come in, and they will come in by the millions, some of those customers will land in your organization and you'll get paid. And as you get paid, again, it turns into residual income. So if you make $250 the first month, it'll be a little bit more the second month, the third month, the fourth month. In my opinion, it's going to be a lot more than that, but we'll keep the numbers low for now. So we're in a really, really unique position. OnPassive is doing things that no one in the world has ever done. It is the genius of Ash Mufareh. Ash Mufareh put this together in his head. One day I'd like to get in there and just see how he thinks, because it's absolutely phenomenal. OnPassive is doing all of this for us. It's here today. We are in the process of going into the global launch. The window to become a founder is closing, so don't wait. Come on in, pay the $97, and then get ready, because your world is going to change, your life is going to change, and most importantly, your bottom line is going to change. Back to you, David.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Thank you. You break it down so well, so simple, so that we can be able to appreciate that knowledge, disseminated in that manner. Thank you, Mike. And I'm opening up the floor for some of our Papua New Guinean. I believe I'm just looking at the list here. Some of our Papua New Guineans who are having IT background. Iman, if you can speak on your perspective as a IT personnel, what you think OnPassive can be able to do to our people here as a Papua New Guinean. What do you see? Iman, if you can unmute. You there, Eman?
And he's unmuted. Eman, he's unmuted. He's unmuted,
Okay.
David.
Go ahead, Eman. Eman, you there? Go ahead.
Eman, we can't hear you. You're speaking, but we can't hear you.
Eman. Oh, okay. All right.
The voice is not coming through.
We have another young person, Mr. Krawazi. Mr. Krawazi, are you there? Emon, when you get yourself sorted out with your mic, then you can come in. Veronica Wang, come in and share your bit on what has been shared right now by Engineer Mike. You there, Veronica?
I see that she's there and her mic is unmuted, but she's not speaking. Her screen is frozen.
Okay.
David, you all must be having a storm there because their computers are freezing up.
Yeah, we've been having weather
Yeah.
disruptions here, but oh gee. Wow.
Rupa has her hand up, David.
Rupa, go ahead, Rupa.
Hello, I am
Yes,
audible.
Rupa, go ahead.
I am here on passive journey. So there is a little to say about the actual and on passive. So my feelings, I have been here for their years. I have not had any negativity here for almost a moment. No, there is nothing but the future. I am very excited to start a marketing campaign now. I want to do something for the poor in the heart of the world. So I am very excited because I know the marketing campaign has started, will be turning point in the business start. And when we get the bonus, what will be the income? Understand? That's why I can easily go online from Facebook and social media and tell all my friends that there is an business opportunities. That is like he will come and I will go thought there is opportunities till my life is closed. Will work in full from. I am very interested in doing business with, and yes, I am also poor girl. I am also need money. So when the bonus will come, when I will raise, it is not mine to see. I am very happy with the company and the system of my company. This time I am very happy. And LC, I am very happy with the LC and all the friends in the family. Thank you.
Thank you, Rupa. Thank you. Yes, we are fired up on passive. I see Musharraf Hussain, your hand is up.
Hi everyone, how are you?
Good,
hi,
good.
Hi David, hi Musharraf. I think I just forward you the message, David. Last time we'll discuss you about as a special guest to invite you, but your health is not good that time, so that's why you're not coming.
Yes.
Remember me, David?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and I'm very happy to see all that leaders and all that founder international level. But I'll have some questions. Julie, can I say because I'll have 3 questions. So you tell me you'll have a time, then I will explain that. I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you,
Okay. Is it a guest question or founder question?
No. Actually, it's talking about the OnPassive related.
Okay. All right.
Think,
go ahead. Oh, we lost him. Joanna Kitika, your hand is up. You can unmute and speak. Joanna. Oh, wow. Everybody that's coming on is being knocked off. Iman, are you ready now? Iman, Veronica.
I just got Veronica back. Oh, she's here now. Go ahead, Veronica.
I got thrown out 3 times. Well, first of all, Engineer Mike and Lynn, thank you very much. What a wonderful presentation. Just mind-boggling stuff. Trying to understand what data center is and what it's going to do, you know, for us, the founders, the bottom line. It's just, my mind is still tripping over it. But, you know, when we started out, each and every founder started out because they wanted something for themselves. We were all looking for an opportunity to make a residual income. And that's how we started out. When the business was introduced to me, that was my main aim. But as time went on and as I got to know other founders, both from within PNG and overseas, and then eventually became part of this big global family called Founders Community, it just opened my mind. And then when you spend time listening to Ash Mufar and you hear what he has to say, it has an impact on your outlook on life, and your reasons for joining OnPassive then changes and it shifts. It's been quite an epic journey as we've come along. I joined in 2020. So it's about 2 years now for me. But in all that, we've seen the company has evolved and it has changed and it has become bigger than life in itself. The founder and what Mike Ellis always says, the brain trust of OnPassive. Ash Mufar said, you know, that eventually, you know, he said we would reinvent the internet. We would end up being the force behind it. And I believe that from seeing where we are going, trying to understand the data center. I mean, just looking at the revenue stream alone from the data center, that to be part of something that's going to have a company that's going to own a data center and to gain a revenue stream from that. I mean, that's just, you know, it's just beyond what we even imagined. We were all concentrating on other products that OnPassive had. And then Ash Mufara comes in and he says, we're going to own our own data center. We could say it's the icing on the cake, but it's more than icing, because if you put that on the cake, it's just going to smash the cake, you know, just splatter the cake all over the place. So that's how big this thing is. We are not going to have any other opportunity like this in a lifetime. So to all the founders who have brought the guests in, who have invited our guests and who have come in here, when you look on the screen, you will see that this is the effect of what this company has done for us. We are all part of this global community. You get to be part of this journey. You get to be part of this company. And everyone gets to have a residual income as the company goes to launch and then it starts going into commercial operation. For me, it's a learning curve. Thank you, Mike and Lynn. It's still a lot to digest right now. Trying to imagine what it means to have your own data center and to go into the market, seeing a market that's where the prediction is 947.3 billion in 2026. Wow, my mind is still trying to make its way around that figure. It's just too much, but thank you very much. So how do we go to sleep after this? I don't know. I mean, you tell me. We need a sleeping pill, I think. But thank you very much and really appreciate you all and appreciate all the council members who are here as always. And to all our founders from the international community, thank you very much. To our guests online, you can watch him webinar now, you can join him, whether lo Zoom or lo YouTube. Suppose you watch him this webinar, now you find you want opportunity lo, you like you want play income stream. So you miss out some inside the country and plenty of opportunity and all company and all business work, scaling down all business and all work, schedule all work line. So all university students come out to university, all finding work. All students come out to school, all finding work. Work will not get up overnight, but you got opportunity kind of some stuff. So suppose you find one opportunity now, or some founder invite me to this law, or suddenly one invitation and you come stop now. Some people are asking you law, but you come inside them opportunity stop. You think him now you come inside. No good you think of them people like him all. People are desperate like him online and come inside. No God. You may all get to find him opportunity. So like PNG. People are planting, people are joining Pinis, roughly about 7,400 or 500 people are work Goyet, number work Goyet around the world, and people are 1.16 million. They come inside Pinis. Kind man blow all get a hub, kind work, all walks of life, all stop inside this business. So suppose kind man all stop now, all line of saw Pinis lo IT na. All come talk of some noga. This like kind company, Empire system, this like product or this like business them now company like introduce them Empire Karam. This like kind income come inside or like kind market stop long and me by go inside. Uside not apply by give him opportunity also you. I mean say. Also me at me looking the lifetime me. No don't man by give him opportunity or some. Now talk you come inside na joining me. Opportunity stop, you come inside. You like come inside, but kind or restrictions, requirements, lo come inside. So this like gift here, gift. Gift lo you, na gift lo me. But you kiss him lo inside lo bell you come inside. To all the founders who are here, also meet okay. You come inside, you can still kiss him not a position too. So no can limit him you yet. Ash Mufar talk position close now pass now pass. So now I get time, you got some really couple stuff, put him come inside. Thank you very much. Thank you now. You lose him come back to you, David.
Thank you. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you for that. Yes. I just want to send a shout out to my family in the village. I think they've just hooked up. They're called Team Cap PS3 PNG. Thank you, Nathan. My son is there with all the boo-boos and all the uncles, cousins are watching in from Wiwek in the little village there. Cap. All right. Marty, my brother, your hand is up. Go ahead.
Hello.
Then we have
Hey,
Tony, and then
hello,
we have Dominic.
David. Hello, Papua New Guinea. Michael, fantastic job, man. You did a fantastic job. And Lynn, you helped them out. You did a good job too. Fantastic. You know, most businesses online, about 99% of them, they rent the space, they rent the house, they rent the street they live on. With OnPassive, when we own our own data center, we now own the property, we own the universe, we own the whole internet. And that's a big, big deal. That's a big, big deal. You know, with AWS, for example, is owned by Amazon. How powerful a data center is, 52% of Amazon's revenue comes from the data center. And they're beefing it up every year. And when you're the only sheriff in town, you can charge what you want. But when Ash starts a data center where he can rent out space for other companies, watch what happens. It will be massive. It will be massive. And you don't have to worry about somebody sharing your data. You don't have to worry about anything because like I said, we own the house, we own the property, everything. So it's a big, big deal. And I want to tell you, if you look at OnPassive, you need to look at it like you would look at an iceberg. What you see on the outside is only 1/10 of what's under the water. Ash has got things that we'd have no idea about. Trust me. What we see is peanuts compared to what he knows and what he can do. I'm telling you that. And we've only seen the top of the iceberg. So you're in a very good spot. If you're questioning this after some of the info that everybody has gotten in the last couple of months, something's wrong. You probably need to go to the doctor and get checked out, because you're not going to get anything like this ever, ever, ever. Not in anybody's lifetime. I'm telling you. You'll be able to say one day, I knew Ash before, I was there when it started. And it will be a big, big deal. There'll be no other company in the history that will be any bigger than OnPassive, or have the impact that OnPassive will have. I believe that with all my heart. So yes, we're all in a very good spot. Papua New Guinea, you know I love you, and you guys are going to kill it, and it's going to make a big impact in your country for sure, because David took that chance 3 years ago. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you.
Marty, thank you. Tony Monk, my brother.
Hello, David. Nice to see you again. It's nice to be back to Papua New Guinea.
Yes.
And
yes.
Lynn, Mike, fantastic job. Very well done. The explanation was very simple. I just wanted to say, you know, for the new Papua New Guinea people that are here, you know, it seems to be a little overwhelming, you know, the products and everything else. And but the thing is, it's actually quite simple. You don't need to know anything about the products. It just gives us a little bit of a perspective of what our business is all about. And that was a very well done presentation. I really appreciated that. Every week we come back here. Every week we come back to these webinars, and we try to make it as simple as possible that you know, we have the best business on the planet. How do you explain it? You know, we try to explain it as best as we can. There's a lot of people here that explain it, try to explain it as best as they can to make it simple. But it is simple. It really is. We're not here to sell anything. Okay, so just understand that. We're here to give you an opportunity that a lot of us are going to have, and that is to finally, instead of just living and surviving, to finally thrive. You know, there's a difference between living, surviving, and thriving. Okay, OnPassive is going to give you that opportunity to thrive. And you will be able to share this and leave a legacy for your families, your grandchildren. And like Dr. Bill Williams has stated many times, you'll be able to build a legacy, a dynasty for your family, for generations to come. This is the place to be. This is a beautiful business. I've been in it since 2018. I saw the vision right from the beginning. Okay, you have to understand, these are digital products. These are not products that you can hold with your hands. Okay, they're digital. They're on the computer. Oh, almost 5 billion people, half of the population of the planet, use these products. Okay, and what the company is going to do is they're going to automate everything, and they're going to work for you. They're going to be branding you. You're not selling anything. You're not selling the company. The company is going to be selling Tony Monk or Lynn Nakamoto or Marty DeGarmo, you know, and that's the way it's going to be. So they're going to make you the leading person for the proprietary products that we're building that almost 5 billion people on the planet use. Okay, and it's in demand. Our products are better. They're at a lower price, and it's all under one umbrella. Instead of going to different places and spending thousands of dollars on a monthly basis. And I know all about that because I've been at this for 25 years. So you're in a good place. Get back to the person that brought you here. Give them a great big hug and a kiss because they really care about you. Again, they're not selling you anything. They're just giving you the opportunity of a lifetime. Thank you, David. Great to be back.
Thank you, Tony. Dr. Benny, you can unmute and speak.
All
Thank
right.
you.
good evening. I believe maybe it's good afternoon to you guys. Good morning to others. Good evening to each and everyone. I always say my queens and kings, right? You guys know that I have to say something. The reason of me coming here to say something is because I love each and everyone, especially our newest guest. You guys know why you are here. The reason of us joining OnPassive is because we have seen the vision. And I expect you guys, those who haven't joined, to also see the vision, right? Now, Michael, excellent presentation to you and Auntie Lynn about our data center, knowing the importance of our company owning the data center, because we are going to save a lot of money, right? A lot of companies will utilize our data center. And when they utilize our data center, it is another stream of income. But just to let each and everyone know that your data will be well protected. So you should not be afraid. Now, there are a lot of benefits for you guys to join OnPassive. You don't have to recruit, right? Why? But if you recruit, you will make more. You don't have to go out there and beg anybody. But in your family, right? When you join OnPassive, it is good for you to tell your brothers and sisters, right? I always say, even your enemies, there are a lot of people out there who don't like you, right? Tell them, let them call them to come and attend the webinar, that there is an opportunity, just try. So when they come here, attend the webinar, and they enjoy it, when they join that OnPassive, guess what happened? They will never hate you again. Listen carefully. Yes. And most importantly, to those our women who are pregnant, I always say, if you are pregnant and it's like 7 months, if you're 7 months pregnant, please create an email address to that baby, the unborn fetus, because this child will be born with silver spoon in his or her mouth. This child will never suffer again. And let me tell you, even though you don't have money, right? In your household, maybe there are like 2 or 3 people in your household. Go out there, go and search for small jobs. Work that money, combine that money, right, in your household, and join this OnPassive. OnPassive is not a joke. We have more than 800 employees. Can you believe it? Do you think it's a joke? No, it is not. We have a CEO who loves humanity. Without him, you and I will not be here today. Please, I urge you, join OnPassive. Look at me. I'm always here. I'm all over the place. If OnPassive was a joke, I would not be spending time, instead of me studying or doing other jobs, to be here. So I encourage, because I love you so much, go out there, search for that money, and come. Thank you so much, Mr. Bakau. Again, thank you to our CEO, because he loves you and he loves us. Thank you to all the Leadership Council members. I love you guys. And thank you to all the founders and to our newest guests. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Benny. Gladys Navarro. Come on, sister. You can unmute and speak.
Thank you very much. And David, very nice to see you this evening. Glad to know that you are well. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for this evening and for the presentation from Engineer Mike and Lynn. Thank you so much for being willing even to attend to listen today. You may wonder why Engineer Mike and Lynn were talking about data center. Our business OnPassive is in 212 countries, if none has added that I'm not aware of, but I know we are at least 212 countries. And our CEO, Mr. Ash, knows that these countries, not all of them, have systems set in place to secure the information of the founders that they will provide to OnPassive and the information about OnPassive. So he has built, is working on the data centers so that, and is putting them in different parts of the different countries so that he can secure our information. This business, for me, I came in so that I can have the financial freedom to be able to care for my children and have money to do charity work, which I like to do. But as I stayed, I realized I don't want to be there alone. So I started sharing the opportunity to the people that I care about and love. So for the guests who are here today, you are not here by chance. You are here, you could be the person who might change the history of your family. Some of us, we were born and raised with so little, but an opportunity of a lifetime comes once in a lifetime, and if you miss it, you miss it. Look at when Bitcoin came. Some people went in, some people hesitated, they did not want to go in. Look at those who went in, how they are happy now, how much they are earning. So I just urge you to get back to the person who invited you. Think about it. You have received the information and try your best not to miss the opportunity, because many people are concerned about, if I don't bring people in, I will not be able to earn anything. But this is a business. The first business for me that I can say, I have seen many people with disabilities registered because the system, our CEO Ash has made the system to work for you. You secure your position, and then the system will work for you. And those who want to share, they will continue to share, as Dr. Benny said. So glad to see you here, and I can't wait for you to join this movement, which is driven by love. We work together to lift up one another from north, south, east, and west. Thank you so much.
Hey, can you continue moderating, Miss Lynn or Julie? Mr. Bakau just kicked out. He just got kicked out by the system.
Okay, let's have Iman speak. Iman, please unmute your mic.
Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Iman.
Hey, afternoon. I've been missing you for a while. I've been following you guys around. Afternoon here in Papua New Guinea.
We can hear you, but it's a little bit unclear. Would you try to get a little bit closer to the mic?
Hey, is it okay?
Yes, it's better.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, first of all, I would like to say thank you to Mati Ligamo and Ed Nakamoto and Engineer Mike for that wonderful presentation about the data center. I have a IT background in IT, but not really that IT tech savvy. But from my experience, I understand all these things. I would love, I will save this recording, and I will try come up with something to just try simplify to the simplest form that I will translate it to Pidgin, and people in Papua New Guinea will understand what it's all about data center. But I would like to appreciate all of you guys to always come around to our PNG Founders webinar to say your thoughts with us and encourage us all the time. Most of our founders, they will not appear here now because they they have all kinds of thoughts in their minds. But the most important thing is if we, the leaders, we go down to them and explain those things in the simplest way to our founders, especially in Papua New Guinea, they will understand everything, and it will kind of boost them up to stay long and stay the business. But I believe in most of our remote areas, they are the team leaders in the remote areas are sharing the business very hard, and the people who are living in our remote parts of Papua New Guinea, they are joining like in a day, we have 10, 20, and I would say almost 100 founders training in every day in the remote parts of Papua New Guinea. And that is one of the signs that people are becoming aware of what is OnPassive. I won't say much of my perspective here because I don't know. I might say in the whole perspective. I don't know about Lynn. Yeah, that's why I am so grateful that Engineer Mike and Lynn Nakamoto come up and share with us about data center. I will just speak in Pidgin for a while. Papua New Guinea, Jimmy, thank you, lo Jimmy, or dupla guest, Jimmy come stop on them. Line Jimmy, lo what is lo this la meeting Jimmy, lo now we know. Now, Engineer Mike, on them, Lynn Nakamoto, talk to data center, I want to declare something straight where Jimmy supposed to got inside the company. Because I'm glad it's to finish, I'm to this la OnPassive operate inside the 200 per country. You mean lead straight log at the data center. You mean at the data center and you mean controlling all get our data being your data to go information to your name, date of birth, passport, email address, email password, this kind of something. And data center but local team this kind of something. Kind of same one company or got seva one kind of seva local team more got information and data for the company where I'm operating. Work now data center I'm talking and local team give me all the all data bring me inside the Papua New Guinea na planar called 211 country square where OnPassive will established them. So you said yes, you come sit down with our meeting staff here. You look him Dr. Benny talking suppose this level OnPassive like German company, you know wasting time blowing look come down la pena are continue to help him to share this business or Julie or Marty or Mike. All not wasting time blow come start me plan loyana. Sharing this business or this company one thing. All but go and make one work goal na stuff. But all thing in you me also this company through the company tomorrow plan by making money something also when now come continue the strong in you must not strong na joining this business. You must get strong but joining business. Because something true like you join him, I'm low, you low. This now you got financial better. Now start the school come up now. Plenty run financial pay. Plenty or got people now. Oh, this kind of something stuff or finding money to taking. So this company you come up and saving you this kind of something or calling financial freedom. Or rescuing me the financial better now stop learning. So you came me personally me joining kind of me joining 2020 November. Now online and David online will train him 2019 years na come more only strong stuff because all looking at good for something but come up with the company. Me plagora thinking lo save him or picking it lo me plaka more na struggle one kind of semi plan. Now you look him you me plus some kind of semi especially me sato kung founders to me plan lo now you go use him waral or ask to you go toilet or toilet. So muna Bakau number toilet inside lo ano plan nunggu toilet inside lo bedroom lo isla toilet na sawa always was inside lo out so all kala po chopa na gulo tao na kambiken isla kain or batingi mo sem nothing before tumuna plus I'm living isla kain life no ka you live in struggle life come just because you open up and you join the business yeah you come out isla kain na tumuna you am safe na sa so sometimes isla kain something you mean Papua New Guinea You may look look now. So man sharing business content, you ask me plenty more question, ask me good, now you join. Look at time you wait around. Suppose this la found a position and close. And by you regret stress. Regret by me. So you are in top, you join him. Now by looking when something good la belong him back tomorrow. No with wasting time let me go na you not creating one the leakage stop now by you die go. And this la so thank you very much. I was just explaining to them, asking them to join because this OnPassive is very real. We were trying to be free from our financial burden. Now we are struggling for school fees and other related things that we are still struggling. We are trying to free ourselves from this financial burden. So OnPassive is the only way forward. If we we don't want to join, if we are still hanging on the fence, we won't create any legacy for our children and our grandchildren. When they grow up, they will still live the life, the simple life that we are still living. If we join in OnPassive today and we change our living standard, our living lifestyle, tomorrow our children and our grandchildren might just sleep in the house and just use the loo in the house and wash in the house, and they will thought that maybe my father or my grandfather, he must have lived this life before. No, we are not living this life. We are struggling. That's why OnPassive is here to free us. So if we join now, tomorrow will be okay. Our grandchildren, our kids will be okay, and they will talk about us. They will show the legacy, and they will still remember us, and they will still talk about us. If we don't join OnPassive today, and we don't do anything, tomorrow our when the second generation or the third generation comes up, our name will be forgotten for good. It's like that. So yes, thank you very much all for listening. You have a pleasant afternoon.
Thank you, Brother Iman. Good to see you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Iman.
David is back. David, back to you.
Yeah, Julie, thank you. Thank you for stepping in. I have Pilot Ronks. Your hand is up. Please unmute and speak.
Hey, David, thank you so very much. Thanks so very much for giving me the floor. And good morning, good evening, good night, depending on where you are. I am really delighted to speak tonight because, hey, Engineer Mike and Lynn, you guys made my day. You guys made my day because, I mean, I come from a very complicated background. I'm an engineer, I'm a pilot, I'm a project manager. I do many things. So the way you guys broke out the information, especially Mike, when you were explaining what a data is, and then you brought it down to somebody going to look for a passport. I mean, I was thrilled. I was thrilled. It's very, very good to bring it. I mean, you're explaining complicated stuff into very simple stuff. If I had to put it, let's say, in something complicated, imagine you're taking a flight from Papua New Guinea coming to the US. The information is stored somewhere. No, so imagine that for some reason the pilot cannot have access to the weather. How will he take off? Imagine that information regarding the weather, the temperature is not secure. How will I take off? You know, and the way you put it down is that every single founder will be making a lot of money because company will be rushing in to get their information stored in our data center. I will invite everybody to go over this presentation again to understand how the concept is. And especially most of the data center, there is a lot of maintenance. There is a lot of security. And in terms of maintenance, you have to cool those racks every single minute. You have to cool them down because otherwise they get crazy. And if they get crazy, it's not good for every one of us. You want to access you want to open your computer, and for some reason, you cannot open up this. People working in the background, those are the data center working. If you don't have a chance to visit the data center, please, if there is one around you, try to make sure that at least they can get you to visit. I'm calling from Alexandria, Virginia. There are many data center around the place where I live here. Way too many close to the airport. It's exciting. When you go into those rooms, the type of noise that you hear, you know that there is something going on. Hey, Chris, good to see you. Good to see you, Chris Johnson. I like that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you have my salute, sir. You have my salute. I'm so glad to see you. I'm really, really thrilled to see you. Julie, I miss you. Since you came here in Maryland, you didn't come back again. I will give you a boost. So I am very, very excited, to see the presentation. And Lynn, see how you put it in terms of percentages. But guess what? When we come in there, those people, I think they're just gonna, they're just gonna give way. We're going to get this thing. And it's not just that we're on the cloud, but we have AI. AI. I don't know whether you have an idea what AI does exactly. I, as a pilot, I will take you a very simple example. Previously, when we have to fly, you have to take the whole book and then put down your route and your flight plan and all those things. With AI now, guess what? I log in, I put my username, my passport, my ID, my FAA, Federal Aviation number. As soon as those information in it, guess what? The data center does the job. Pull the information, the license is valid, this is valid, tail number for the plane is this, and as I put what? Temperature, weather, runway, speed, takeoff, the weight of the plane. Here I am. I'm up there. I'm just sitting in the plane is flying. It's amazing. So that's the same thing that's going to happen when our business is going to run. Guess what? All those Apple will be flowing there. We want them to be secure. You want to run a project in Papua New Guinea, you want making those Apple to move from your wallet to this other wallet. You want to make sure that it is secure. And guess what? We have a lot of security in that data center. People will be rushing. People make a lot of, company makes a lot of money with data center. Google makes a lot of money. Microsoft makes a lot of money. My Amazon makes a lot of money. But guess what? When we come in, we're going to be the king of the jungle, the king. We will rule. We will rule. I can say that with a loud voice because you know what? Money speak volume. Money speak volume. I know maybe it's already late over there. I can talk to you from now all the way to the morning because I just put one cap, the cap of an engineer because I'm an engineer. But if I put the cap of a journalist, I can talk over and over and over and over about this. But guess what? We are on the right place at the right time. And the guy who put us there, he's a smart guy. I myself graduate from a polytechnic university. I know the in and out of those things. So you know what, Mike? Kudos to you and to Lynn. Everybody who didn't have a chance to listen to this, go in there and check it out. And the way you put those 4 phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, it's just amazing. It's amazing. Well, I know many people are there. Some want to go to bed and everything. Matthew Gamo, I have a lot of respect for you. You are my bigger brother. In our tradition, the African tradition, when your big brother is there, you just keep quiet. You keep quiet, you listen to him. But since I have that opportunity to speak tonight, I say, let me voice it out. You know what? I feel like I have to start singing. If you're not excited, please get excited. It's like we discover the door that takes us to heaven, right? And then everybody who's behind, we tell them, the door is open. Come on, get in before the door is closed. Because you never know when the Son of God is going to come. They say nobody knows it's going to come like a thief. So if you're not out there, put your family in, put your friends in, put your colleague in, put your company in, put your government in, put everybody in before it's too late. Because when we're going to fly, there is no way we're going to fly into higher land, very, very higher land. So if there is anybody in here who is not yet a founder, please jump in, become a founder. Become a founder. Do not even think twice. Don't even think twice. I'm talking to you as somebody who's a founder. Every single person in my family is a founder. The chief of my village is a founder. Every village that surrounds me, there are like 40 of them. Everybody has an account, 40 accounts. Every single chief of the village, they're going to build their villages. They're going to do everything they want to do. I paid it all. Instead of me sending money through Western Union to MoneyGram, I paid all the account. And when that time comes between 200 to 300, I will pay it again. They will build those countries. Water will be there. Hospital will be there. Everything. And guess what? Maybe they will be praying for me so that my spirit will go right away to God. And God will say, good job. You made it. So make it a program. Just make it your program. That's what you can give. Give your own. You know what? Hey, David, I want to give you back to you. I cannot keep on talking. Otherwise, I will talk all the way to morning. And if I put my cap now as a pastor, I can start preaching. You don't want me to do that because tomorrow is Sunday. I have to give communion.
Thank you, Pilot.
You're
Thank you,
welcome,
Pilot
David.
Ron.
You're welcome, David.
Thank you. Thank you for the encouragement. Yes.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So amazing. So amazing. We are in the very, very wonderful business we are in. So, yeah, I have Sister Masien. Emma Bo, your hand is up.
Yes, my
Come
hand
on,
is
speak.
up. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. And I'm so happy to be in here tonight, today, or early in the afternoon for other. Engineer Mike and our sister Lynn, that was awesome. Yeah, I am so immune tonight. And I don't know if we have a guest in the house. Did somebody invite somebody here tonight? If somebody is a guest, please step up, give up your name, get the link of the person, and let me pay for your account right away. If you are a guest tonight, if you were invited by somebody, raise up your hand, get the link from that person, and let me pay for your account, because we have to be in this together. I don't want to be the only one in. No, Chris, you are not a guest. You are not a guest, Chris. I know you from all the social media. Even if you cover your face, I will know your voice. Yes, I need a guest tonight. Did anybody bring a guest here tonight? If you are a guest, raise your hand. You have your account. I'm getting ready to pay for it right away.
Okay, I'll just translate in Pidgin. I'll just translate in Pidgin for you.
Yes.
Papua New Guinea, you may got sampler line. You come in, only invite him. Now you come sit down. Now you call Putiao na harem. You know join him on passive or someone plus founder yet. You start for someone plus guest. Sister Masien, I may give him opportunity long pay him registration fee below you. So suppose you like join him on passive na come up for some founder. Now you know got this registration fee. Sister I may put him opportunity stop. You have him hand below you. Click him this sign tumbler or phone blue and by sana posem. You click him na ba mi pla look him hand blue. So ba mi pla kisim name blue details blue na ba mi pla give mongam na by pay him registration fee blue. Now you can come up with some founder. Lo now. Thank you.
How wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you, Masin.
No problem. Mr. Bakau, please take care of that. If we don't have any guests tonight, I'm giving you an opportunity to sign up one member from your family, and I'm going to pay for it. Thank you so much for having me tonight.
Thank you, Masin. Thank you. Okay, I have Pauline K. Pauline K, you have your hand up.
Well, I'm taking up Masien on her offer. I'm a guest. If she wants to pay my...
Okay. Okay, Pauline. Okay. Where are you based? Where are you located?
I'm located in Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas. Okay. You there you go, Masin. You have a
Pauline have to get the link from the person who invited her here tonight. When you get the link from whoever invited you tonight, you get the link, you get your registration ready. You send me the link. You send me your registration and your fake passcode, anything that you use to register. I pay the account and you change your passcode. I'm going to put my number, or you can contact Mr. Bakau, David Bakau, and he's going to give me all the information and I will pay for you.
No problem.
And we can do that even right away. If you are ready, I would prefer to pay it right now so that we know that we have a real company with real people. This is not a joke. This company is real. We are not talking with answer machine. When you call a human being, answer. When you call somebody, talk to you. They don't put you on the answer machine and start telling you stuff that you don't want to hear. Press 1, press 2. No, it's real. We are in business and we are not going to go alone. We are taking everybody that will be able to go with us because we are changing the world. This is our new living. We are the new living world with OnPassive. Thank you guys so much for having me tonight.
Thank you, Masin. Pauline, my email is on the chat. You can email me and we can get your details. Thank you.
Will do. Thanks.
All right. We're running close to time, so I have my sister and LC member, Julie Nguyen. Can you please come on and speak and round it up for us?
Thank you so much, David. That was beautiful presentation, Mike, Engineering Mike, and Lynn Nakamoto. It's beautiful. You know, everything that you are learning here, if you are a guest or even founders of OnPassive, you know, everything that we are learning here is very, very valuable. This is where we are supposed to be. This is a new normal for many of us now. It's a new normal. But you know, when we are doing something in life, we gotta know your why. Why are we doing this, right? At the very beginning, everyone joining OnPassive is thinking about how much money we are going to make. But our new normal today isn't about money anymore. Although many of us right now are struggling in our life, but it's not really, it's a temporary situations, right? If we do know our why are we joining OnPassive? It's the opportunity, it's the knowledge, it's a cultural, it's a relationship with humanity, and it's humanitarian. That's what we are doing. So I encourage every one of us here, if you are a guest, you have picked up some valuable information today, hopefully to help you to make a $97 decision. Once you make that decision, I urge everyone here, write down what are your why. Why are you here? Why are you showing up to presentations? Why are you joining OnPassive? Once you understand your why, your purpose of being here, your mind and your heart will be open and connected and be able to receive the information that share. And also you will take that information that you share with other people. Myself too. I'm saying this here to you, but it's also a reminder for myself to understand, to write down, what are my why? Why am I am doing this? Once you understand that, OnPassive is simple. It's very simple, very, very, very simple. All you have to be in it, it's win it. You're gonna win it, but be in it alone isn't fun. Be in it with your friends, your family, your relatives, your coworker, because at the end of the day, you are going to be in the autopilot car, ship, and all of that. And you wanted to have those best people in your life. So make that decision, know your why, and go on and share it. Thank you so much, David and Papua New Guinea, for giving us beautiful time every single week. We missed you last week, but we're glad that you are here. We're glad that you are well here, David, and we send our love and healings to your wife, Susan, and everyone here in Papua New Guinea, and also everyone's that dealing with illness around the world. Peace and healing to everyone. Thank you so much, David, for giving us this beautiful time.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's so true. You know, there is always this question, why? Why am I doing this? Why am I here? We ask this question so that we can have a direction in life when we answer that why question. So thank you, Julie, for that. And yes, we have come to the end of our webinar, and we are so glad and we appreciate our presenters this afternoon. Engineer Mike, thank you very much for sharing that very valuable information with us about data centers. And thank you, Lynn, for the statistics that gives us a perspective of what sort of market and business we are in, and you know what kind of volume we are dealing with in terms of the monetary. But thank you everyone in Papua New Guinea, online blimi lo Papua New Guinea. One map you stop na sit down na look langam. Me talk thank you lo you join me pla lo this la webinar lo you me this la meeting. Suppose you not join yet to some OnPassive Unpla founder. Now I'm chance blue you come na you look him now you are in finish. You know the company and tripla company and big company.
Actually going to the plaza.
So
thank you.
And tripla company, you know, legal company, awesome na. You na me to pla no na make one pla walk, me to pla pay ta sole registration fee, na me to pla sit down, na bian by me pay activation fee, two pla money by me pla pay one pla 400 kina now you me oklo pay lo come up some founder. Number 2 time by you pay money can lo time lo you by pay activation fee time company me pla go long launch long world. And by you pay him this lanat pla $300 plus you mark blame or some 1,200 kina. So total by you not long pay him inside long Papua New Guinea kina and you round him up or some 1,600 kina. All right, you know can larem this money and come up or some one pla heavy lo you no can look lo figure blood la money na you talk him heavy no got. You pay him founder fee first. Founder fee number 1. You pay him past time now you kiss him la position lo number founder. Bian you can worry lo this la activation fee, but founder position and bypass. You know got more long pla time, short pla time tasol, time CEO blow you me talk sem pass, doi pass. No got more founders back come inside. But now legally up time stop, me appeal lo you or me encourage him you. Suppose you like sending him life blow you. Suppose you like life blue and by senis now you know can stop lo this la kind heavy now you me stop lo struggle lo pani money na pani mol can something lo helping you me lo sit down lo good life and now doing open lo you opportunity blow you now you come up with some founder find him this la money 400 kina now you pay him now you come in bian lo this la you me can worry lo not for something. So thank you long you me olgata, thank you very much every one of us. Thank you my founder family around the globe that you have joined me here in Papua New Guinea. Thank you very much my big brother Mati Digamo. Thank you all our founder families, our regular founders here. Thank you for joining us, and we want to wish you all well. Have a good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and for those of you in US, your bedtime is now up, so you better go to sleep and have some sleep. Thank you, my sister Narelle from Brisbane. Shout out to you too. So every one of you, you can unmute and we can say bye-bye. Good night, good morning, good evening.
Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night.
Good night, everyone.
From Fresh
God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you. Good night.
God bless. God bless. Chris. God bless Chris. God bless Dr. Benny. God bless Bridget Kamsi. God bless
Dr. Benny, that was good. Awesome.
God bless Robert. God bless Lynn.